conservative new media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion, the super genius, and the game god. I'm doing another video game review, and I want to talk about Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. If you like a fantasy RPG type of situation, I think this is a very good game. I think the combat and the magic system is excellent. The classes really work well too. Capcom put out this game, and it really is a very cool RPG. There are some things that are a little bit like this, to me, in my personal opinion. First of all, my personal opinion, only knowledge, any facts, not casting any aspersion, all for entertainment purpose only. Please check the disclaimers. In my personal opinion, the story, if you will, was kind of meh, and there's a lot of these games now that, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm seeing similar themes in a lot of games, and it's getting a little tired for me. I understand it, but that's fine. But okay, let's just put that aside. Now, but that being put aside, and some of the a lot of the issues that I have with Dragon's Dogma, because I played Dragon's Dogma first before I played Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, got solved with Dark Arisen. Like, there's a better fast travel system and all kinds of stuff once you get into and it was partially solved with the New Game Plus in Dragon's Dogma. It gets even better in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. And just some things like that I think got solved. I like the vibe and the angle of Dark Arisen is really cool, particularly continuing Dragon's Dogma, if you will. Although really, the Dark Arisen is for lack of a better word, like a side quest, an adjunct to the overall Dragon's Dogma game. So it's kind of like, if you haven't played Dragon's Dogma and you weren't sure, you're kind of on the fence, in my personal opinion, you might want to take a look at Dark Arisen, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, because I think it makes the whole thing that much better. The boss monsters are cool. The monsters are cool. It's got a good vibe. Again, I didn't feel like I had issues with some of the quests being a little bit boring. I had issues with, some of the characters, some of the dialogue, just stuff like this. Story is kind of like, but I think there's, like I said, I like a lot of the system. The combat system is great. I like the sort of weapon upgrade and the gear upgrade system. That works really well as well. There's some very interesting fights. There's some very epic fights and stuff like that. And I'll tell you this. A lot of times the easiest way to gauge a game for me is do I want to play it? And even though I have some issues with this game, I don't want to put it down. I want to keep playing it. So to me, that's the hallmark of a very good game. So, if I were to sit back and I were just to, like, objectively, technically, and story-wise, and get, where am I at with this game and stuff like that, just if I only played it, let's say I only played it for 10 minutes, like I was at a convention or something like that, or someone wanted me to do an instant reaction, I might give it 1 grade. But having played this game for as long as I have, and continue to work with it, and having that kind of exposure, I've got a different perspective on it. So I would put this game, you've got a lot of cool monsters in there. You got golems and griffins and dragons and verns and cyclopses and all kinds of different things like that, and hellhounds and etc. etc. And I think it does liches, etc. I think it does a really nice job of bringing to life that kind of world, if you will, that fantasy world, and there's a good sort of escalation of a progression of difficulty level, and sort of character development. But I think there's some weakness in some areas, and I think the story is weak. You put it all, but the bitter black isle and the Dark Arisen adjunct to it, I think, is a very strong addition. I would put this, I've given it like an 8.2. I'd give it like an 8.2. I feel comfortable with that. It's a good game. I think if you haven't tried it, you might want to check it out. If you have tried it, what do you think about that? Oh, I'll leave you with this too. I started out with Sorcerer. I think some of the Sorcerer, I went from Mage or Sorcerer for me and my main pawn, and I think some of the spells are epic and they're fun, and it's just cool seeing those unleashed on the battlefield. And then I kind of, after level 100 or something, I flipped over to Magic Archer, and that's been really cool. I've been liking that. I thought I was going to try Magic Knight, but I really like Magic Archer, which is kind of a hybrid class between Magic User and like a Ranger Strider type of thing. So with the bows, and it's kind of like you have magic bows or something like that. So that's been really cool. And I like to balance out the rest of my party with like a ranger and then a mage, which can do sort of the healing and stuff like that. So very good game, very cool. You tell me what you think about that. Give me the comments below. Please subscribe. Please rate this video up. Also, please post it to your social networking sites. Thanks so much for watching. I'm John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion, the super genius, and the game god. I will see you next time.